know, because I've not read all of them. But I was about to say anyway, as it is with religion, I know I'm going to get not all of the beginning there was on there, right? I'm sorry, no, you did say, yes, you just started a thing and then you changed the subject. No, but I'm making sure that I'm ready to say, my books is better than your books, right? This is what it's all coming down to. Because that's not born into any religion, right? So I can choose any of them that I want to do, all right? And they're all practically the same, but with slightly different people in each individual clubhouse, in each lodge or whatever it is there. And the problem with all of you is there, right, with your religion, is you've gone and put an S and S and S on the end there. It's religions and zuns. It's like, God that existed before time, right? Gradually, giving us books over the years, about every so often, coming down, all right, guys, just to remind you about the rules. And they're like, oh, we're going to be fighting over the rules. We all got arguments about the rules. And he's like, well, no, these are the basic rules, And updating some of the things, it's not safe to eat pork at the moment, but in the future you'll have a fridge and it'll be fine. This kind of things, and how to organise yourselves among yourselves. Now, as a result, there's been several, volumes in the library there of Allah Speaks to Mankind. And you guys have got an issue there, because I recently, retired as a member of the Baha'i faith. I'm no longer a member now. I didn't know how to get out of it. And the reality, if you want to get out of it, is actually read more about it. And so you'll know how to exit that way if you're stuck in the Baha'i faith for any reason. And it's not to say I don't believe in Baha'u'llah. I do think he was got historical records anyway. But the problem is, because it's this, only this book, just Bible forever, Quran forever. Now I can see there is actually nobody here, which is making me wonder indeed, why am I doing this? And I was like, well, I've just walked off of it, really. Because I'm left out in the cold now. Because I'm if I go to the church, and I'm like, well, what do you mean the Muslims are damned, And if you go to Islam, there is nothing after that, ever. If you want to be a Muslim, you will be forever Muslim. And me too. You have whores in Islam, you have sex slaves and all that, don't you? So me too. But I'm well, the basic thing about it is, right, if that's it off the Quran, you're going to continue writing hadith though, right? Because you got more and more as time of them goes on. But God cannot write any more books and anything so I'm not, with them, they're going to get pissed off with me. The Christians will get pissed off with me. The Muslims will get pissed off with me. I'm not vegan, so I can't be a Hindu and all this kind of thing. Or maybe I'm just not cut out for religion after the type of upbringing that I've had. And the fact that I'm fucking white is and all this stuff, right? But how else are we going to organise ourselves now? Because it is the downfall of you there. You've been pitted against each other. You're going to continue to fight in London. You're going to continue to fight even more in the USA. The Muslims are going to continue praying in the road. They're going to continue walking around the women there, with an entire, oh, the modesty, you cannot see me. Oh, monsieur. No, excuse me. Nobody's buying that shit. It's headed for Armageddon. And me, what's you, Anita Swain, what are you going to do about this religious bollocks? Do you have a favourite book out of all the special books that we've been offered? Torah, naming them more Bibles, Kitab al-Aqdas and Quran. You know what it is? Just a huge argument about who's got the best book. This is the final book. No, this is the final book. And it's bollocks, because if it's not a thing, nobody in my family, they do other things. I don't know how they describe themselves. Most of them's Freemasons, and that's a whole other thing as well. Because they're saying, we're going to argue about the rules endlessly, and he keeps updating the rules every now and then. But apparently, no, we cannot anymore according to the Muslims. I just don't know. And you're just going to fight endlessly now, to the death, She said goodnight to me. Yeah, I know what you mean, Anikatos. Is this the end of this now? Because I'm trying to do a job here, and I'm not paid for it, right? But I'm a bollocks, really, because I just say little things now and then, and you could unpack that if you want. And I'm no. Nobody's got enough energy, time, or money to do that. I'm just saying I didn't have the money to do my medical thing. And then today there was a turnaround, and I was like, oh, right, hopefully soon I'm going to have me financial freedom. And I'm going to confess to you, right, the moment in time when it's most dangerous, that you're most likely to be murdered in a domestic, in a violent relationship, right, is when you're leaving it. So I'm about to get my financial freedom, and maybe even like in 6 weeks' time. So start emailing me now, right, because I'll have loads of money. We can go out and do stuff now, right? No, I'm going for surgery. Like, to be honest, I'm going to get this bollocks like sorted out, you know, and maybe get some physiotherapy as well, right? I won't see the chiropractor. I know you don't like them. They're not real medicine. It worked for me fine before, any acupuncture and all that. And I need to get what taken off here, and I got some more on there as well, you know. And, you know, you've got some more on your screen as well, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, now, is there a point in this? Like, I don't know where to go, do you understand? Because I'm not employed. I'm nobody's wife. My child is she left home when she was born. And, like, she's very advanced for her age. But, you know, I think... where to go? You know, no job, no religion, nothing like that. Nothing like that. And never paid for a day's work, you know. It's fine. It's fine. I finished anyway, right? I started young. Like, I was doing horses for my mother, you know. And, you know, you do what we see quite a lot of violence doing that, you know. They go past in the horse and that, and I'm like, whoa, that's when you know to stay in line, you know. But no, I don't like that very much. A puppy's being drowned. What do you think about that? You know, the bitch is pregnant. You knew for ages the bitch was pregnant. You know, could have taken her to the vet and done it that way. But no, drowned the puppies in the barrow. But I don't think that's to do with growing up in the countryside or anything like that. I think it's to do with growing up with what do they call those people? You know, I don't know. Where am I from, says Kerry Morris. I'm from, where am I from? I'm from London originally, and I live 20 miles up this way. And hello, thank you for asking. Thank you for getting me out of character. I would have been stuck there for like fucking doing myself in, wouldn't I? Shall I touch myself up? Twitter, oh no, I've done this the other day. I'm not going back to all that. I'm saying I have a thing with this religion bollocks. I don't know what to do about them. There's half of them praying in the road. There's a million people going, Jesus is about to come back. Like, fucking hell. Like, and a thief in the night, right? If you ever get a Christian, it's like, oh, they'll come like a thief in the night. It's like, yeah, that means they've already been. You know, you don't get in there and go, right, we're going to wait for that thief, aren't we? Like, no, he's been there already. So, I don't know. And all the signs of his coming, you know, yeah, soon, crikey. And I think they're just going to beat each other up. I think this is the whole point of it. You know, even to the point if I call myself a white rabbit because of, you know, drug testing and so on like that. Like, people are like, oh, well, you know, it's basically because you're British and you got no religion. And I'm like, I know, which is, I told you, we drowned puppies and things like that. I mean, I'm not worried, right? I'll say this, I'm not worried. Oh, fuck, I'm a bit worried I'm going to fall over my mattress, which is actually right behind my ankles. And I'm not worried because everybody gets on fine for the large part. But I think tensions are quite high. Because everything, basically on the idiot box, here I am, is kind of fear-mongering. And I don't think we need it. But I think what most people need is probably, one, a bit more money to be able to buy a drink when you go out. And then two, get on something like, I don't know, Girls on the Go, is it called, in Liverpool and Manchester, or Time Frame, is that another one? The meet-up thing. You know, common spaces, and just get on with it. But we ain't got enough money. And then so it just kind of almost disqualifies other things, at least in the winter in the UK, because you have to go inside, and then if you can't buy a drink, or you can only buy one and sit alone and have one, it's not really worth it, you know. And it's now £20 a pint, I think, so I don't know. And I have a child as well. Like I said, she left home already, but I just think it's a terrifying world, and we'll be fine. Right, everybody's gone now. How many drugs am I taking? Enough. They're on prescription. Yeah. All right, well, this is my channel. I just do this crazy stuff because it keeps me sane, and I'm at home all the time with chronic illnesses. I know you can't see a wheelchair, but I would be qualified to use one, but I live upstairs, so I know that it's just a joke, free joke, so I don't have to list all of my diagnoses. So it really helps if you thumbs up my channel, because it just makes me feel seen, and that's why I really appreciate people being in the comments. And I am going to go, because I can keep swapping in and out of a thing, but it's just an experimental thought. I'm very into live theatre. All right, thank you for being here.